the number one question that we got is, well, kind of, how can I use this technology with the surveys that I currently have, right? And the reality is, it's super simple. Instead, we take your survey, we literally just kind of put a pointer, and instead of going into your current survey, we literally just kind of put it off to our servers, and they do all this crazy AI stuff on top of it, and then you get your same results. Right now, the reality is you probably use a 7-point scale or a 5-point scale. You're going to get directional answers with the very first pass at it, right? And some of them are going to be super, super clear, right? Like, oh my God, we are doing this thing amazingly well, or we're missing this one. But if you really want to get the really good answers, we tend to rewrite portions of it to be a little bit more, like Rafael said, about the 2-point scale. It turns out that we get a lot more kind of visceral actions when we're asked to respond to a statement, as opposed to being asked a kind of an open-ended question. Kinga, are there any other questions that have come in through?
Yes, we have one from Maury Evans. Is an RTA-enabled survey dependent on a specific flow of questions, get responses?
And the answer to that is absolutely not. Right. In fact, what we do is we take the flow that you currently have, we build these answers up question by question, and then we take it exactly the way it is, so you can see how it works with RTA or without RTA, and how it works with RTA. Now, for some people, hold on a second, Rafael, I'll turn it over to you. Some people, what we see is some of these questions and questionnaires are just too long. So we'll see like very low response rates and people dropping off after some, I would say, weirdly worded question where people just really aren't sure how they respond. We tend to take a look at those and work with you on potentially rewriting some of those awkward questions that might actually, and most of the awkwardness we find, it actually comes from it's being asked in one country and answered in another one, where some of the idioms and some of the, what people find as invasive or whatever is a little different. Rafa, if you wanted to add to that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say exactly what Victor said, that RTA technology works in a background. So you have your regular survey. However, it has to sit on our engine. But you have your regular survey, so you have your regular results, and then we give you the second layer, the results that we believe are much more closer to reality. So you will always get this black and white on the top, and then this bluish on the bottom. So you don't risk anything except for learning twice as much.
Fabulous. And then I'm looking through this. Do you specialize only in HR sector? So the reality is this, right? We wanted to kind of move away from the generalist space where we've been kind of spending a lot of our time, and then we've been finding out we've been working with specific customers, and create much more of these very horizontal or vertical focused kind of findings. Right? So that we can kind of pique your interest and say, oh, wow, I wish I had something like this. Now, what we're finding out is this, that a lot of the survey stuff is either transactional, like as in, hey, how did we do with you in this purchase at the store today? Or customer satisfaction, or a lot of times people are calling it the space now CX, or customer experience. And then they're starting to kind of call the employee space the EX, or employee experience. And those are the places where we tend to do a lot of work. Okay.
Yeah, we have one more question from Eva. Can I use your technology with a 2-point scale in an NPS survey?
Bravo.
Yeah, absolutely. Because even if you have 2-point scale, we are providing you a continuous measure from 0 to 1,000. So it's a continuous measure. Because again, we don't have yes, no only, but we have the response time. So we produce, using very simple binary scale, a continuous scale, which is amazing. Because for people, it's extremely simple. They just press yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and we see the whole variety of granular results.